Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Grim Takes. It's your boy Grim. And today, we're getting back to Ren's Money Game series. This is Money Game Part 3. This is actually the most recommended out of all the Money Game videos down in the comments so far during this Ren experience. So I'm excited to get into it. I'm a little groggy. I just woke up. I just got out the back of 6 doubles and it was not fun. It was not fun. But the next 4 days, I'm either off or I just work the morning, and that's it. We're going to get new Ren videos every day for the next 4 days. And then next week's going to be one last week of hell. And then your boy got promoted, and I'm moving to exclusively morning shifts. And the videos should be nice and consistent after that. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. My body needs this. But anyways, less about me, more about Ren. So we're still on week 2 of our Ren journey here. Technically, I guess this will be the first day of Ren week 2, because I took a couple of days off just as I kind of collected myself and got some good, decent sleep again over the last couple of days. So yeah, Money Game Part 3. This is kind of a weaker intro, but I am so tired, guys. As Ren starts to fill my soul and aliven me this morning, I'll wake up a little bit. So let's just start the video and see where this goes. Oh, that figures. I've got no audio. Give me one moment here. Play? Okay, I got audio. Let's do this.
Tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents pay for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. equations at 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and
First of all, like I said, I'm very tired. I'm trying so hard to wake up right now. So I apologize if I'm not as expressionary. Is that a word? Expressional. As I usually am. I like how this video is starting out. It's very much down the storytelling route of Ren's music. I feel like that one Chris Webby song that we did with Ren has really been a one-off in the whole experience that I've had so far with his music. I kind of figured that this Money Game Part 3 was gonna be about like how the selfish personality develops, how the me, you know, I make all this money for me and I work for it for me kind of mindset comes to be, and that's exactly what it is. There were a couple of comments in the last Money Game video that kind of hinted towards this video being about that. So that's you know where I got the idea. That's exactly what I am seeing. Immediately, I like where the song is as far as songwriting and like how easy it is to follow the story here. I do not like how dad has raised his son to begin with. But of course, you know, that's me. We all know where my stances stand on greed and whatnot. If we raise our children to be better human beings, if we raise our children to actually care for others, if we raise our children to take care of the world first before they take care of themselves, the world will be a better place. It'd be a happier place. It'd be a healthier place. But unfortunately, there are still a lot of really, 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 really selfish pricks out there. And it's not just fathers. I've personally known a few mothers who have raised children to basically just be selfish pricks. You know what I mean? It's not just fathers, but there are way too many parents these days still that don't understand that humanity needs to trend towards community and trend towards togetherness, and still just want to take. You know what I mean? I was always taught as a youth, you know, 2 wrongs doesn't make it right, for one, the simple way. But B, you know, my dad would always say, you know, the classic, if your friends jump off a bridge, are you going to do it too? Blah, 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 blah. But the whole idea being there is never an excuse to lower your standards and your kindness towards the world. It doesn't matter how bad things get. You stay kind and you care for others, and the world is a good place and everybody is okay. Let's keep going.
Don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns that truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury.
He learns that truth is the opposite to wealth. If you manipulate the data, the lie will sell itself. How much of American culture right now, how much of American advertising culture, anything else that has to do with just American businesses, is all built on top of gosh darn lies right now, man? How much of it is just sickness? You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, when I hear somebody like Sam Altman say something like, I picture the future of AI being something where everyone has an AI system in their home and we're just metering it for them and they're just paying monthly for this meter, blah, blah, blah. It's like, how fucking sick in the head are you, dude? We already have families that can't afford the fact that they have to pay for electric, water, heat, whatever other things you're paying for. How fucking sick in the head are you to just say, yeah, I'm going to invent this thing. I'm going to force it. We're going to make it happen across the entire country. And now you're going to have to pay for that too, on top of everything else. On top of the fact that you can't afford to feed that kid. So you had to go and abort your freaking baby because you weren't going to have the opportunity to keep them alive. It's too hard in today's world. It's too expensive in today's world. So you killed that kid. Here, pay for my AI system. It's going to change your life. I promise. Fuck you, Sam Altman.
You manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30. His daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders
I've never understood that either. That might be a very unique thing to me. I don't know if there are other people out there who feel this way, but there's never been a single point in my life where I have cared to impress my parents. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I had good parents. My parents don't speak to me like that. My parents don't say anything along the lines of, you're not doing enough, you're not doing enough. You know, nobody in my family does that. That is not allowed in my family. You do not speak ill of others in my family, right? Like, I know some people talk about, oh, you get together at the Christmas party and everyone's got that one aunt that's like making comments about, you know, this girl's body and how fat she looks this year, or this boy's haircut and how he's never going to find a wife because, like, that shit does not happen in my family, dude. It's just, we're good people. You know what I mean? We genuinely don't care. We don't care about your achievements. We don't care about what you've done in life. We just care about your energy and the fact that you're family, and that's it. And we love you. And that's just not just my core family, my extended family. So I've never had the experience of feeling like I need to impress my father or I need to impress my mother. Therefore, I need to be better or work harder or do more in life or whatever. But I've never understood how grown-ass adults can still have that mindset, not even of just their parents, but of wanting to impress other people in general. Like, how do you get past the age of 25, let's say, and still have a need to impress others, dude? At that point of life, I would hope that you found enough center of self that the only person you're trying to impress is yourself. Because once you switch from wanting to impress others to wanting to impress yourself, everything that's complicated smooths out. Life becomes so much happier. Life becomes so much easier. And in the same breath, your ability to have compassion for others and your ability to be able to support others grows as well because of that confidence that comes from only wanting to impress yourself. You know what I mean? So obviously here in Ren's example, we're talking about a 31-year-old man who has already done all of these incredible things. Obviously not all the things he's doing are actually incredible. Some of them are terrible things that frankly are anti-humanitarian. Selling nuclear weapons, right? There's no excuse to be selling nuclear weapons, right? We all know with absolute fact that if nuclear warfare breaks out again, we're all fucked. If you're involved in nuclear weapons, you're just a sick, sadistic son of a bitch. You're a fucking Satanist, for Christ's sakes, right? Because there's no point, there's no purpose in selling it unless in some fucked up way, your wealth is more important than humanity not being nuked to absolute fucking oblivion. But even amongst doing all these great and terrible things, this man still wants to impress his fucking father at 31 and is still selling. And I know this is just a song, this is just a story, but this is also real. This is also real life. There are real people that do this. You know what I'm saying? And it's frightening. It's horrifying. It's real life though. It's humanity. And that's why Ren's saying about it. And that's why we're here listening to Money Game Part 3 today, hoping for a better world.
on a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32 moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
I've always found with Ren's music too, even if I don't immediately love the flow and I don't immediately love the cadence of the song, Ren just has this nice ability of, I wonder how he songwrites. I wonder how he actually sits down and like gets the flow down, but he has this awesome ability to just build and build and build and build and build and slowly layer in and introduce more little technicalities and whatnot that really make the vocal part of the song sound a lot more interesting. And he's doing it again here on this on Money Game Part 3.
35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music. This isn't entertainment, this is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention, politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention, law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. 45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Oh, that was a wild noise. Wow. Yeah, I liked Money Game Part 3. It was exactly what I expected, which is crazy to be saying about a Ren song, even after hearing like 7 or 8 of them. I don't know what more I can say that hasn't already been said along these Money Game reactions. I deeply enjoy the content. I deeply enjoy the angle Ren is going for, and I am proud of him. And I am happy that there are other people out here speaking about these things. I'll even add another layer to the Money Game right now, right? Because this is what I fear right now as an American citizen. History repeats itself, right? And we need to be clear and understand there has never been a single governing body that has survived and lasted. You know what I'm saying? At some point, every government has been reset, probably multiple times, right? So at some point, the United States of America is also going to be due for a reset, right? Some sort of a rebellion, some sort of something that just changes the way things happen, right? Obviously, the country was started with the best intent. But the way the country is today, I can't help but constantly feel like when I look outside my window, what I'm seeing is closer to what I've read about the French Revolution, right? What early French Revolution France looked like. Seeing things that I would think, yeah, that's probably why they rebelled. That's probably why they started, jailing Marie Antoinette of the world. Executing them publicly and celebrating with rich people's heads on sticks as they did during the French Revolution. But in all seriousness, it's not even a laughing matter. That's what it feels like we're trending towards. It feels inevitable, right? And obviously, we've already started to see some of the first kind of signifiers of that, right? Think Luigi Mangione and what happened with the individual he murdered for his role in the pharmaceuticals industries. And can you blame the guy? No, not at all. It's a money game, and I get that, but I don't give a fuck who you are at the end of the day. Preventing children from being able to survive, from being able to afford their inhalers, from being able to afford medication that can keep them from living with constant pain because you really want another vacation house this year and you can just get there if you boost the insulin prices a little bit to bring home a little bit more in your pocket because you want a Lamborghini for that vacation house too, man. You deserve death. I already know people tell me I'm crazy for this all the time. You can't think that. You can't think that. Yes, I absolutely can. For one, I am non-theistic. I don't follow any religion. I don't give a fuck about your religion's moral codes. So yes, I will vehemently say I think some people deserve to die and have no fucking problem with it. And will not care if you judge me for it because I promise I'm confident enough in my belief that anything you say about it isn't going to make me go, ooh, I'm scared. Maybe these people don't like me. They think I'm crazy. I am crazy, asshole. But some people deserve to fucking die for this shit, dude. And I fear that a reality closer to the French Revolution than what we have now in America right now is coming. And it worries me. And I hope my family will be okay if it happens during our lifetime. And I hope my friends will be okay if it happens during our lifetime. And I hope I don't have to stand on the opposite line from people I consider friends and potentially cause harm to them or vice versa, because that's not a future I want to live in. But I deeply fear, with the technology boom of the new millennium and everything that has followed since, that feels inevitable. And it sucks, man. It sucks, man. You know, we don't have to be this like hardcore communist community where everybody has exact equal things and blah blah, but it's 100% the responsibility of the wealthy, the responsibility of the blessed to take care of those underneath them, and they don't give a fuck, man. It's all just part of the money game, though. If rebellion does happen, it's all part of the money game. That was the point I was trying to come around to. Rebellion is part of the money game as well, because with the money game, greed always wins over reason and logic. Oh, man. It's, you know, I'm going to take it even a step further, and I'm going to talk about business. Business as something that is educated in schools, as a profession, blah, blah, blah. At this point, American business is a dishonest practice, right? When I speak to business people, if I even hear them use buzzwords, if I hear them use any of the manipulation techniques that are taught in school, I switch right to disrespect mode. I have no interest in speaking to you. I have no interest in being your friend. If you genuinely think going to school to learn manipulation is okay, if you think manipulation is okay at all, at any point in your life, if you think it is acceptable to manipulate a person or a thing, you're fried in the head, you're fucked, and you don't deserve to have a say about anything, because you are too fucking selfish and too fucking cruel to be making decisions, man. And American business and business education has gotten to the point where there's this blatant manipulation, and it is not okay, and it is not cool, and I do not respect business minds. I'm sorry, gang. I don't respect y'all. I don't trust y'all. Y'all don't present as trustworthy at this point. America, the money game, man. I have a lot more points I could go on, but at this point, according to my retention rates, there's barely anybody left watching this thing. So if you want to keep chatting about this, if you want to keep talking about your perspective on the money game, other parts of the money game Ren hasn't mentioned, or I haven't mentioned, maybe your other favorite reactors haven't mentioned, please, let's talk about it down in the comments below. I will be posting again tomorrow, so I'm going to need someone to suggest the next Ren track for tomorrow. And then tomorrow we're also going to get another surprise reaction from another band that I've really, really, really enjoyed. So yeah, without further ado, I've been Grim on Grim Takes. This was an especially grim episode. Peace.